Good morning. Good morning to everyone. I want to welcome everybody. My name is Kate and I will moderate this session. I want to welcome you to the Q&A Days conference this morning. We are very excited about the conference coming up. We would like you to have a good and useful experience here, and we are doing everything possible for that. I would like to introduce our first speaker, Irina Spiridonova, with her extraordinary presentation, 84 Questions to Amir. But before this, I would like to tell you a few very interesting facts about Irina. For example, Irina is a ballerina in the past, and now she's learning to dance tango. Irina speaks 4 languages, and now she learns 5th, Korean. Irina, I will not ask you to give us tango masterclass today. I just ask you to say a few words in Korean to us.
I want to tell you hello, Katerina, at first, and nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet everybody on this session. I really like that you joined this sunny morning. I hope you have sunny weather in your location, and I can tell you only one word because right now I only start. 안녕하세요. that's enough. I'm sorry, that's too long phrases. I didn't manage with this task before today. But next time I promise I will tell you a lot of words on the Korean.
Okay, I wish you the best. So I would like to ask you also about interesting fact about your smart house at home that you installed, which is managed by Alisa. And I know that you are not happy with its limited functionality and bugs. So what's wrong, Irina? What's wrong with a smart house at home, and what's wrong with Alisa?
That's really big, really long story. Long story short, I decided to set up this smart house in my home because I want that Alisa do everything for me. They cook, they clean, they answer on the phone, and so on and so on. But in reality was completely different because in reality, Alisa can switch on the light, switch off the light, and answer me some very funny questions, and that's enough. Of course, maybe she can open my curtain, but I will discuss about that and do my presentation. That's a really interesting story. But that I can't tell you that I am not happy. I am not convenient, but it's okay. This great experience.
Great. I hope you will tell to our audience a little bit more information about this later. Okay, and also I knew that you a few days ago finally got your Gen Rocket certificate. So, and you will tell us about this amazing service as a certified specialist right now. Yes, and we can how to say, celebrate it. Yes.
Yeah, this Gen Rocket, that's really amazing tool. I can recommend it to at least try to use that. Maybe it's a little bit expensive, but anyway, I think that's such kind of tool that is our future.
Oh, great. And before your presentations begin, I would like to tell our audience about two very important things. First, after the presentation, we will start our Q&A session, and you can send your question in the chat section. Question will be announced after the presentation, as you understand, of course. I will ask everybody also closely following Irina's presentation, because during the presentation, you will be appeared, we can say, secret words, and your task will be to catch all the words to collect phrase and send the answers to the organizers. So, Irina, the floor is yours. Wish you very best presentation.
Oh, just a minute. I have one issue with my camera, but I think I will manage in a couple seconds. Okay, you see right now me. Okay, Katerina, your moderator, could you tell me, do you see my screen or still?
Right now, I see discover to find what was hidden to others.
Okay, great. During the presentation, I'm going to ask our conference some questions. Please, I will ask you to monitor the chat, because I will not able to see, because I read the presentation. So my presentation, the name of my presentation of 84 questions to Amir, and I will explain who is it and what is it, what does it mean, and what was the questions. If you would like, I will share the questions with you later after the presentation. Katerina already mentioned me, so I'm not going to proceed with my introduction and move to agenda. Today we discuss about the artificial intelligence, a little bit theory, a little bit, because we need to understand what is it, and how we will work, how we will proceed with this part of our life, this part of our industry. And I will tell about the social experiment with Amir in practice, artificial intelligence in practice. So let's start. The most common nightmare in our real life, that is the artificial intelligence can take over the humans. We can see in cinema, in books, in the cartoons for our child, but let's figure it out. Right now, I would ask you one question. Do you use in your home the smart house system? If you use, please put plus in the chat. Because and based on your experience, could you answer on the second question based on that? Do you believe that it's possible that artificial intelligence can take over the humans? Put start, for example, in the chat. Katerina, I would like to ask you to monitor this and tell me how many people put plus or star in the chats.
To tell the truth, not yet.
Oh, okay. I believe that nobody believes, but it's okay. It's okay. I answer the same. I believe no, definitely no, at least not on the current technology level. Why? I can explain based on my personal experience. When I asked Alice to open the curtain, I expected that curtain will be opened, and you see this movie like on the slides. But I can get from her some of the answers. The first answers: I'm playing the song Curtains. That's not for children's ears. Amazing. I don't have a device like that. That's also a very tricky question, tricky answer. And already open. Come on, guys, I see that curtain is still closed. So you see, we have a little misunderstanding with the artificial intelligence that work in the smart home. But in the same time, the AI has stunning application in some fields in our reality, in our common life. The recognition, all type of the recognition, speech, voice, imagine, and so on. You understand, we know about the camera on the street. Prediction based on our previous data, previous history data, that is especially this actual about the price, stock prices. Translation, we can't imagine to live without the Google translation and Yandex translation right now. And of course, online shopping. Could you imagine right now the shop without any recommendation of you? And all this opportunity based on free cornerstone of the artificial intelligence. That is data, that is feature, and that is algorithm. If you talk about the data, that is example data that's history data of something, that is history of the price of the stock, that is history, that is some literature, history of the coding, for example, the very popular to train the models, train the artificial intelligence based on our code resources, like something like GitHub, our, our really famous code store. Feature, what does it mean? That's really interesting question. The feature, that is tag or properties of something, and based on this feature will be decided, is it correct or is it not, is not correct. And sometimes people missed artificial intelligence when this person choose wrong features. Now, for example, features that is human gender, or exactly the value of the price, and algorithm right now. I'm not going to describe dive in this part, because you can read and you can investigate yourself, but right now I can mention the most popular algorithm, that is GPT-3 algorithm presented by OpenAI company, created by Elon Musk and some company, no, some his friends. But I want to mention that algorithm is not free. It's expensive. It's really expensive. And even if you have the best algorithms, if you don't have good data, it will be not possible to have accurate results. And this way we move to the limitation of the AI. The opposite, the illusion that absolute power of machine have some disabilities. For example, machine can forecast, machine can memorize, machine can reproduce, as we see on the opportunity. Machine can only, also choose the best item, maybe not the best item, but one of the best item, like we see on the online shopping. But machine can create something new. Machine definitely can be smart really fast, because we need educated machine for to extend their knowledge, extend their abilities, go beyond the task, because without the task, machine definitely can't do something, and can imagine that you need to do something, of course, and kill all humans. And but what about IT? Yep, come back to the IT. What about IT? That's a really big question. Is it possible to replace human in IT? Yes, partly, because artificial intelligence in IT have a lot of advantages that allow to use in some cases, not at all, in some cases. For example, in the pharmaceutic, in medicine, in the analysis of the big data, especially I mentioned, if you talk about the prices of stock on some another analysis, but that's really important for us. Disadvantages of artificial intelligence. Frankly speaking, artificial intelligence really expensive, really, and we don't have. That's not about only the specialists. that we don't have enough qualified workers for build this artificial intelligence. These workers need to deep technical expertise, yes, but I also tell about the hardware. If you are interested in this sphere, you understand that hardware that on the hood of the artificial intelligence really expensive. We can tell about the video card, for example, from the NVIDIA company. That's not cheap, really not cheap, but you have no one, and you have really big memories with memory and excellent processor and so on and so on. So it's possible, but it's really limited opportunity. If you talk about, for example, development, it's possible to use artificial intelligence to create some simple codes, for example. But still, we don't have a lot of tools, because still the manual work of this part is cheaper than use artificial intelligence. But what about the testing? Because we have right now the QA testing day, QA days. We are going to discuss about the testing too. Some of the specialists in the testing sphere, I really like this opinion, told that artificial intelligence will help tester with their activities, daily activities, and reduce automation and development work. So their prediction that we will meet the sunrise of manual testing. When I mean manual testing, that's not regarding the manual testing as we see right now. That will be another manual testing. That will be manual testing that help artificial intelligence and testing tool to create some testing approach, testing strategy, testing framework, and so on and so on. And I think you heard about the tools that use artificial intelligence. For example, I mentioned only one. We have in the EPAM GDN, that's our GDI family that uses artificial intelligence. That's plugin from the Chrome browser. You can download and you can use it easily. It's help you create your code based on the element on the page. If you would like, I also can answer on this question more in details. And the last part of my theory that I want to mention, that artificial intelligence is umbrella term. That's not the something that we can tell that is artificial intelligence. Not artificial intelligence includes a lot of technical segments. For example, that's only example on my screen right now. Machine learning with dozens of different machine learning methods, including the neural network. That's only example, only one example. I also can share, if you would like, the map of the machine learning methods, artificial intelligence segment, and so on and so on. Inside the network, neural network, you can see deep learning. That's also one of the methods one of the technical method of the artificial intelligence. But all these we call artificial intelligence. That's not only one method. I want to mention, and I want to we understand that. And right now we move to the practice. So how it's working, how we can use the artificial intelligence in our real life. I believe you know that artificial intelligence right now is using in smart home, for example, Internet of Things. If you talk in general, into some coffee machine, some washing machine, it can be used, yes. But I mean in our real life, when we try to use artificial intelligence like a friend, like a communicator, like an interview, like a body. Yeah? And we provided some official social experiment. This experiment was in Clubhouse. If you never heard about this application, I mentioned this application for the oral communication between people, but I believe right now everybody in the world heard about this. You see on the slide, for the Russian speaking profile of the Amir, And right now you see the English speaking. Sorry for that, because we have two common language, Russian and English. English, I add this translation. In the clubhouse was created the Amir. Amir is artificial. He is artificial intelligence, but he plays the role of the person, people with whom we can discuss something, and he answer on the variety of questions. That was 84 questions from people. Unfortunately, I have only couple on answer because I didn't guess to store all this answer from Amir, but I would like to present the one of them. It was really impressive answer. I give you 5 seconds to read for that's for the Russian speaking public, and that's for the English speaking public. This answer, you know, it's I think it's really impressive. It's really impressive because right now, looking at this answer, I start to think that the war between human and machine is possible. But I think like that as ordinary people, because it looks like magic. It looks like mystery. Somebody from the using the only machine can think and can answer like that. It looks really great. And also he was answered by using voice. That's not some text, that was voice. But we are not ordinary people. We are technical person. We are working in IT. So let's look at Underhood and understand what exactly was used under the hood, and how this project is built, and how many efforts it took. So that is diagram. That's really high level diagram that we created for the Amir implementation. And I a little bit describe how it's work. At first, a user from the clubhouse type in the sum form their question. Sorry for that, but that was the first launching, and we decided not created the some additional, not spend some additional effort for creating the oral questions, opportunity for oral questions. And moderator, that's human, reads these questions and correct these questions and send this question to some question service. This question service sent this question to the heart of the Amir in the RUGPT3 model. I will describe a little bit this model later. Then the answer was sent to moderator. Moderator correct this answer and sent to the speech kit. The speech kit, that service, that's also IE service that converts speech to the text to the speech, sorry. And then after the conversation, this additional service, Clubhouse integration service, was sent. This service sent the audio to the Clubhouse user, and user got answer on their questions. And you see, at first, I want to take your notice on the red square. We definitely have there manual intervention. And we have here two parts. The first part that is ROGP3 models, and the second part that is speech kit. And I describe that part a little bit later. But right now you can understand that even in this simple scheme, that's not complicated scheme for the project, as usually projects have with the artificial intelligence. For this simple scheme, we still have the some moderator, we still have the some manual work. But you, of course, you can ask me if that's not real, that's only social experiment, that's really expensive, and the, for example, in robot dynamics, the a completely different situation. But I don't believe in this. Still, they teach the robots, they still need to some manual intervention, they still work with their robots, and without the manual work, without the assessment how it's correct and how it's not correct, it's impossible to work, it's impossible to have the accurate result from the system that use the artificial intelligence. And how it's much on the really, because on the theory, because right now I showed you the scheme, but I didn't show you the free cornerstone that used in this project. At first, as you remember, I told about the feature. The moderator work with the sentence or questions that was sent for us, and provide and transform these questions of the sentence that this staff have this some very significant feature, and based on this feature our Amir can answer us. That should be questions that should be simple, clear, logic, like you see on the screen, but not like the last one. The last one we deleted because it's even not have the some logic, logic scheme, or some the how the Amir can take can understand and can answer for this question, especially you Chapman's. That's really interesting question from these guys. And but you can see the second question: is it better warm, green, or soft? You can tell me that's not logic question, but I can tell you that Amir answered successfully for these questions, and mentioned something like, if you are tired, the soft is better. Okay, the next two cornerstones, that's algorithms and data. And in this project, we have 2 points where we used these two cornerstones. That's first, the heart of the Amir, that's RGB3 models. A little bit elaboration about that. That's models provided by Sber company. That's big company that can afford uh, uh, to create this really huge model that's neural network. If you talk about the exactly what is it, and this neural network was trained by the 600 gigabytes of data, Wikipedia, public data, code, some fiction, literature, dialogue, and so on and so on and so on. But still, I work with this model manually. We still can see not the correct answer, instead of our expectation. And this model used a GPT-3 algorithm that I mentioned before. That's really a popular algorithm that are using right now in artificial intelligence world. And you can also use this algorithm using OpenIP, but it's not free. So the next part was that's about the data. I'm sorry, I forgot that I highlighted this part. And the second part was the Amir tunnel, because that's algorithm and data also used to educate some services. That's speech kit services that provided from the Yandex company. And this very crazy service, you can't imagine how many technical efforts, how many technical decision was used for these services. You see the algorithm, not one, we have a lot of algorithm, because that's works with the speech, and we need to understand the speech, we need to understand the pronunciation, we need to understand, the service need to understand the accent. And also the data that use for this service is the uh, open collection of the Russian speech audio, more than 20,000 hours to understand our speech. By the way, SpeechKit also appear also Alice, a smart voice helper Alice also use SpeechKit Underhood, and but still I have some misunderstanding with my Alice and with my smart house, as I mentioned with you. So that is high level description of the project. Yes, how it's worked and what was used. But our interest is testing, how we can test this project, because how it's work we understand right now, but how we can test, because it's also needs all this project also need to test. At first glance you can tell me, but it's not a problem, we can use our functional approach, we can give the system some testing data and get some actual result. And as you know, we can use the black box approach as another, as we use on the another project, like we use on the another project. But it's not the simple questions, not. Why I tell you that's not a simple question? Because, you know, using the black box, we need to validate this actual result that we had. But in reality, we can't validate this actual result without the human intervention. Because each time when we send to Amir or artificial intelligence the question, you will get different result. And assess this result, correctness of this result. You need some human mind and human understanding. You see on the screen the one of the questions that we said to Amir, and you see the response. The one response, the question was, what do you think about the wars in the world, and can they be prevented? And one answer was, you can, but you don't need to. But second answer was something like, I think they will stop at nothing, they will put everything in life in their path. So how to assess, is it correct answer or not? I can tell you that for that, in the project, we put some characteristics, some metrics. That's redundancy, grammar, focus, structure, consistency. That not, we didn't imagine this, we didn't make up this metric. This was recommended by the very clear person from the some article from some specialist, and manually, based on our subjective opinion, we assess the answer of these questions. So as you see right now, the testing of this such project, the creation of this such project, it's not a simple task. If we use some prepared services, if we use some understanding how we can do that, if we are specialists, but based on our experience, I can tell that we had some plans to create the additional training for this model, exactly for our task, exactly for conversation with the Clubhouse user, because RUGDB3 model that's trained on the in general, he tell you he answer not the answer you using on the all literature background, on the Wikipedia background, but that's not personalized answer. But if you talk about if you discuss with the person, it will be better to have some personal answer. But the question in the testing is how we can test, not only get some result, how we can test and assess that result is correct, that the result is accurate, and this result exactly that we expect, or our customer expect, or people who will use this application expect this result. And the articles that I use for prepare this presentation, you can see on the screen, and reading these articles, you will have more questions that I ask you right now, that I provided you right now. Also, if you're interested in this project, you can see the Amir Slack link, yeah, Amir Instagram link. Right now, the project is frozen, but I hope it will be brought against, and we will continue with this interesting social experiment with a little bit changing with the transformation, our model, GPT model, for the training this model for the some personal answers. And the last, what I want to tell you, that's my conclusion regarding that. I don't have gained to answer on the questions. I have gained to ask these questions, the questions that I ask you, because before the answer, we need to formulate and understand what exactly we need, what the main question of the industry on our life right now. And I have the some assumption right now. The first, my assumption that artificial intelligence will be involved in our real life more and more. Yes, that's definitely. I don't think you will argue with me about this assumption. The second assumption, that artificial intelligence will integrate in IT sphere more and more. It looks like really far future, but I think you heard about the tools that already use the artificial intelligence, and such kind of tools became more and more. And that is our future, really, guys. Artificial intelligence with the and project AI will require new test approaches. Yes, and we should we have to believe that we have to use this assumption and understand what exactly we need, how it's going to be, how we can assess. Because if we talk about the automation, if we talk about the manual testing, we need to educate some additional education for our testers, how to work, how assess the correctness and accuracy of working such kind of project. Because right now, I believe not a lot of people understand how it's working and what the problem here exists in the sphere. And artificial intelligence may replace people, but in the far future, really far future. I don't believe it's possible right now on the current level on technology, because at first it will be really expensive. So that's all from my presentation. You can ask me any question here, or as I understand, from some additional tool, and I try to do my best to answer for all your questions. And by the way, if you would like, I can share with you the list of the questions, that 84 questions that we asked to Amir. But unfortunately, really unfortunately, I didn't save any answer, except of these 3 answers that I already shared.
Thank you, Rina. Thank you very much for your presentation. I think that we all should think about it really properly. So guys, I put the link on Discord face-to-face with Irina, and I think we should take this opportunity to communicate and to discuss these questions about um, artificial intelligence. So if you have any question right now here, please put it in the chat. If no, I invite everybody join us in Discord. So let's check our
I heard some
questions.
sounds. It looks like questions, no? Or maybe comments.
Okay, maybe.
Something like that. I can add that artificial intelligence testing and creation, that's really a blind spot right now, especially if we talk about the testing approaches, because we should understand how it's working. We did brainstorming with one of our QA specialists, really experienced QA specialist, and we have really smoothly understanding how we can help with work, not only with the project with the artificial intelligence, but also with the testing some services, not services, testing this exactly the artificial intelligence. It will be really funny to visit the robot dynamics. That's my dream, and see how they work with this area, how they work with these robots, and how they test. But because we saw only the final result, we saw that guys push these robots, force him run, force him jump, and so on and so on in the tested purpose. But I believe that a huge enormous of work, testing work was done before these last validations.
Great, great. Thank you for this information. And I again invite all of you to join us in Discord right now and face Irina. You can take the link and find in Discord, in chat, face to face with Irina, and we will be waiting you here. So, Irina, I suggest us one question. We have one question. So, from Mateusz. Do you work with any government agencies? And you could be surprised.
Government agencies. Mateusz, sorry, but could you elaborate a little bit? What does it mean? What does it mean to you? Is it connected with the artificial intelligence and some kind of that? Or a testing area? What does it mean?
I think that here, Mateusz, mean any any collaboration with some governmental. Just a moment, just to check.
Because in the our location that I live right now, the artificial intelligence and governance agency, that's human. That's one woman who take the paper and go to another woman and try to find something in the big stock of the paper. That's also some kind of artificial intelligence. Why not?
Okay, okay. Maybe also one question we have: what quality skills should I have to start to work as a tester with IE?
I think you need to have the hard experience with the testing. In the testing base, you should understand the manual testing, you should understand the automation testing, because I believe this sphere will be on the edge between both of them, automation and manual. And you need you need to have some very tricky feature in your character, something like exploratory, like discovers, and because that's pretty new approach, and you can imagine you can make up your own approach for the testing in this area.
Maybe desire to work in IE can be enough to start, or some extra experience or maybe extra efforts should a person to do with this?
No, I don't think that's we the main issue that we don't understand what exactly we need to do here. So that's as wide the skills you will have, it will better for you. But that's not necessary. You will try and teach based on the project with the artificial intelligence. That's really new. That's against this area is not so new. It's really new area for the testing.
Great. And I know that right now also people waiting us in Discord. So Irina and all our guests, I invite you to join us in Discord. Please follow the link in Discord and find face to face with Irina. And we will be waiting right now you in Discord. Thank you very much again to everybody. And let's move to Discord. So
So I stop sharing. Yep.
yeah, and going.